exciting, and I hope people entertain with it, and they enjoyed it.
Tyson, your weight seems to be steadily coming up. What do you expect to weigh in tomorrow?
I'm not sure what the weight's going to be. We're going to find out on Friday. But it's good weight.
It'll be lighter than it was your last fight?
Maybe not.
Does this ruckus change your outlook on the fight? Does this ruckus change the outlook on the fight? Does it make you want to get at him a little more?
No, not really. Not really. I think he's trying to get me. He knows he can't outbox me, so he's trying to get me all involved emotionally in a fight.
Okay.
What do you think he was feeling out there? What did you see in his eyes?
He looked like he was very nervous. I didn't instigate that ruckus. He did. I didn't do nothing. He feels the need that he needs to shout and scream and all that, Blair. And he was what he was.
Would you say that you've got under his skin?
I think so. By the look of him, he's definitely rattled.
What weight do you plan on coming in tonight or on Saturday night?
No idea. We'll find out Friday. It's going to be an unveiling surprise.
Are you on your schedule though? If you don't want to tell us, are you on your schedule?
Yeah. Bang on.
Tyson, you've talked about Wilder's windmill punches and recklessness in there. Do you think you can make it look silly?
100%. He's going to look like the clown he is.
Why do you think he does those windmill punches?
Because he's got no technique and he can't do anything more. But it works, doesn't it?
Do you think he gets overeager and too excited when he has something hurt?
You're going to see a different Wilder. He ain't never fought a beast like this before, and you can see he's very nervous. And he's going to be on his game and on edge. You're not going to see the old reckless Wilder come swinging. Definitely not.
It wasn't just Wilder who got annoyed. It was Tommy Thompson as well. Do you think they also think he's going to lose?
100%. They know he's going to lose. Look, you got people. I'm saying let the fighters talk to each other. You've got all his family jumping in and out. So when I've got my own family, if anyone wants a scrap, let's go to war. No problem.
Yeah, but all that happening right now on stage, you think he's trying to pump himself up at all?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, he's trying to pump himself, psych himself and fight. I'm relaxed. I'm not even bothered. I'm born fighting. This is normal to me. I don't need to pump myself up and say, come on, I can win this. It's a natural thing.
I know you love trash talk, but it seems to really get under your skin when he was trying to discredit your win over Klitschko.
Not really. No, I'm not interested. He says I get off over the Klitschko win. Klitschko was the longest reigning heavyweight champion, longest time on top ever. So who did he beat? Flash in the pan. Someone who got a title because Vitaly Klitschko vacated.
Tyson, has he ever faced anyone with your boxing IQ?
No, definitely not.
How much of a benefit has it been for you to be around Freddie Roach?
It's been a good benefit. Freddie's let us use his gym. He's a great guy. I'm happy he's a part of the team.
Just to add to that question, he said that you're too clever for him to catch you with a big right hand. That belief is there, isn't it?
It is. Look, I didn't come here to lose. I come here to win. I'm going to box his face off and I'm going to knock him out.
Tyson, I'm your number one fan. You know that, right?
He's the man. Yeah, he's the man.
Tyson, are you the same fighter for Klitschko?
No.
Are you even better? Do you even know
That's
if you're the same fighter?
That's still the champion.
I'm not the same fighter because this is a new career for me. I'm a much different fighter now than I ever was ever.
How so? How are you different?
Very much different. You'll find out on Saturday.
And mentally, the reception that you got yesterday in the county fire department. Tell us about it.
You can. Yeah.
We went up to the county fire department yesterday and we gave out 150 tickets to the guys who were helping put out the fires for us over the last few weeks. There's been a drastic event that's happened in LA and I just wanted to say thank you by giving the guys tickets a chance to relax from what we've been doing for a while. So yeah, they're doing a good job. Putting the life on the line for others. Yes.
Why do you think he's an unknown in the States? Is it because of his style? Is it because of who he's fought? What's your opinion on it?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure why he's not really that known, but like I said, on Saturday night, everybody will know him. That's the guy who got knocked out by Tyson Fury, and the guy who got beat on Tyson Fury's quest back to the top.
Does it surprise you how nervous he seems to be?
Not really, It's big championship fights, and many men, even the great Klitschko himself, was rattling in all of the events up to the fight. They just know they're going to lose. I think it's almost like they know that they can't win and they need to do something and they just feel pressure. I don't know why. The way I look at it, it's a boxing fight. Something I've done all my life. I've had 27 of them before. what's he going to do? Throw punches at me? Wow, shocking. I've never seen that before. Someone throw punches at me face, trying to knock my brains out. I've had that all my life.
Why do you think so good at getting under a fighter's skin?
I have no idea. No idea. I suppose I'm a natural.
Do you feel like you've won the first half of the fight that way?
No, I don't think you can win any fight till you're in there. I think he wants to get me more now than he did before, maybe.
Do you think Deontay took this fight thinking on you being rusty?
I think so, yeah. But he ain't getting a rusty one. He ain't getting a half a fighter. He's getting the best Tyson Fury's ever been. I've never been in this shape. I've never been as fit, as strong, as determined. You know, I don't make any excuses. If I had a bad training camp, I don't make excuses to get on with the job. I never make excuses. Always just do what I've got to do in the ring and fight. And that's what I do.
You spoke about the mentally disadvantaged people around the world. How much winning this fight means to those folks to you?
I need to win this fight. Losing is not an option because I need to keep inspiring other people and helping them out of their struggles. And I'm almost there, person they look to for that, to find inspiration and hope. So I need to keep winning all the time.
Tyson, do you think he has unusual punching power?
I think he has unusual punching power, but there's another element to it as well. There's two sides of the coin. Of course he punches hard. Here's the thing. He didn't fight anyone up until he had 30 fights. Not a live opponent. And even in his 31st or second fight, he was fighting the likes of Jason Gavin, who's just a journeyman. And then when he stepped up a level, people were thinking, oh, he must be a big puncher because he's knocked out 32 opponents. Didn't look at who he's knocked out. You know, you can only knock out who's in front of you, but if you match very easy, you can get 100 knockouts. And that's what it is. A lot of people are already afraid before they go in there. Like there was a Mike Tyson. Already afraid and they look for the canvas. But I ain't looking for a comfy place in the canvas for myself. I'm looking for a comfy place in the canvas to nail him and drop him like a tree for him. So that's what I'm looking to do. I don't listen, it's a fight. I don't care about getting punched in the face. I've been down, I've got back up, I've been hurt. You know, I pulled wins out the bag before, many times. It's a fight.
There's been a lot of excitement generated from this fight coming together, and you haven't seen that since Larry Holmes fought Jerry Quinn.
It's a big fight.
Tell us how you feel about that. What makes you really motivated today?
I'm just happy as a boxing fan that two of the world's best heavyweights are going to fight each other in their prime. Because it's been an old cliche over the years, even in the last 100 years. People always wait for them to get over the hill or slide before they fight them. But I don't want it to be like that. I'm either any good or I'm not. Simple. The way I look at it is, if I can't beat Deontay Wilder, I obviously ain't no good. That's it. There is no dressing it up. I'm not going to say, oh, I had a bad night or whatever on another night.
Do you retire after this fight if you lose?
No, definitely not. But if I can't beat Wilder, I'm not the man I think I am. I think I can beat Wilder comfortable. If I can't, then I'll class it as a loss. If I win a close fight with Wilder, I'll class it as a loss. Because that ain't good enough for me. Nicking a fight off Wilder is like, come on, you think you're better than that? How are you ever going to be considered a great if you can't beat a bum who swings windmills with no technique, with a big punch?
So you're talking about his lack of technique, and that means you can see the punches coming. And in boxing, they say the ones you don't see are the ones that hurt you. But he punches wide, technique isn't good, you can see him coming.
You can see him coming, like you say. Every time I've been hurt or nailed, it's been with punches I didn't see coming. But over the time experience you learn and you look for the right movements the body makes. Wilder's got a lot of chinks in his armour. Like Max Schmeling saw the little chink of Joe Louis and he dropped him with the same punch. I see Wilder doing all crazy things before he throws punches. Like I saw with Vladimir Klitschko. He would bounce back and forward and he'd have to set and let that big left hook go bang. Every time I touched him with a jab, he had to reset. And it's like, Vladimir would always bounce and throw his jab, and if you attacked him, he'd always go back and turn to the right and angle his arm out. You see all these things, and as a man who studies boxing, I see all the mistakes that Wilder makes. Very many mistakes, and I'm looking to expose them on the night.
With that lead right uppercut, he keeps the left hand down as well. I don't want to give away your secrets, but a good straight right cross can take care of that, right?
Well, we'll hope so. We'll hope so. Find out on the night. Be all right. Nice good straight right cross right in the chin. First round, game over.
Tyson, were you impressed with what he did against Luis Ortiz, particularly coming back from the trouble he had in the 7th round?
Yeah, he had trouble. You know, all the way through that fight, I was judging it. I got up at 5 in the morning to watch that fight, and I thought to myself, I hope Wilder don't lose this fight, because I needed Wilder as a big fight. You know, me and Luis Ortiz, no disrespect to the guy, he's a good fighter, but doesn't sell. Nobody's really interested in him, and that's no disrespect to Luis because he's a good fighter, but doesn't sell. There's no excitement about Luis Ortiz as there would be a British-American dust-up. So I was hoping that Wilder was going to win. And all the way up to the 7th round I was thinking, please, you've got to pull a punch out, come on, do something. Because I had Luis Ortiz winning the fight, apart from the rounds he got knocked down in, which obviously he scored 10-8 to Wilder. Like I say, in the 7th round he survived and came back. But it shows you he ain't no superhero. Anyone can be hurt. It is what it is. And if Ortiz had been a bit fresher, a bit fitter, then probably he'd have beat him. But we know Ortiz is 147 years old, and he doesn't have the legs underneath him to do 12 rounds. But I'm 30, I'm in the prime of my life, I can do 24 rounds on my toes. I can honestly do 15 rounds on my toes with 5 different sparring partners. And I don't mean plodding around, I mean dancing like Muhammad Ali around that ring.
Tyson, I prefer for a guy, like you just said, you could be up 10-0, but you know he can equalize that in one punch. So how do you keep that from happening?
Yeah, you just got to stay mentally focused and switched on. In the fight with Vladimir, it was the same. One mistake, one punch landed, and it could have been over any time. Vladimir had more knockouts than Wilder, 55 KOs in his career. And he didn't just have a big right hand, he had a good left hook too. You just got to keep mentally focused, and sometimes a lot of fighters lose focus on the jobbing hand, they look out the ring, they're looking round. If I can keep focused on Wilder and watch his every move, only for 36 minutes, I can go home with the WBC world title.
So you're cool with winning a decision and say finish you up on the cards and just coach it and make sure you get your heavyweights without being entertaining? Are you cool with that long as you get that win?
I'm not cool with it. It's not about just winning in this fight. I've got to excite and look good as well. I want this fight to be as good as the Lennox Lewis Vitaly Klitschko fight that was last at the Staples Center, and they went to war from round 1. That was a hell of a fight, as long as it lasted. That's what I wanted to emulate, a good fight like that.
Tyson. Leave him Saturday.
Hopefully.
Tyson. Deontay Wilder on the DS said, my people have been fighting for 400 years. In your country, the Gypsy Kings have been fighting for quite some time. Can you draw a parallel and speak upon the challenges that you may have had in your country that us Americans can relate to?
I don't think we should try and bring this fight in a battle of races or a battles of cultures and all that. This is above all that. We're fighting for the most gentleman prized heavyweight championship of the world.
That wasn't too gentlemanlike.
It wasn't gentlemanlike. I understand that, but he instigated all that. I didn't get up there to start screaming and shouting in his face. He started with all the 400 years of pain and all this. And he must think that's going to get in my mind, oh, he's had 400 years of pain, I won't fight him Saturday night because he's had 400 years of pain. My people have been persecuted thousands of years, but we're not going to go there. This isn't a battle of who's been persecuted longer. This is a battle of Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, 2 high-profile, high-performance athletes on top level. This isn't a battle of the people or races or cultures. This is between me and him and the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world.
You mentioned Wilder's shortcomings. Are you concerned at all that if the fight goes the way you say it will, and maybe if it's as lopsided as I kind of imagine that you think it might be, that accomplishment could be diminished in the sense that people might be saying, well, Wilder wasn't that good to begin with?
They'll always say that because they said that about Klitschko.
The bookmakers are making him favourite.
Yeah, right.
Beat the favourite.
Right, and I guess what I'm wondering is now in this particular era, right, where there's obviously been a lot of criticism levied at the division as a whole, do you think it's particularly challenging to be able to prove how great you are when there's a perceived lack of great opposition, so to speak?
I think the heavyweight division is on fire at the moment. There's more heavyweight challengers at the moment than there's ever been since I've been watching boxing for a long, long time. I think there's so many great matchups to be made. I think we should all fight each other. There's loads of guys in America. You got Jarrell Miller, Dominic Brazil, Michael Hunter Jr.
Not any good.
Everyone takes beating, and in the UK you've got Joshua, you've got Chisora, you've got White, you've got Parker, you've got so many different fighters. There's a lot of Russians coming through now at the moment as well. It's on fire. It's a great division to be involved in, and I'm very, very happy to be born in this era. Very much.
Does Joshua's TV or his contract with the zone. Does that concern you at all as far as what it could mean?
Not really, not after hearing the numbers of 16,000 in his last fight. That's nothing to be concerned about at all.
Are you looking forward to fighting Joshua?
I think it's a good battle of tall people. Wilder's 6'6" or 7. I'm a bit taller than him. Both on similar kind of reach. I think it's going to be a great fight for tall men.
Tyson, if Wilder beats you, it will be the best victory of his career. If you beat him Saturday, would you view that as your greatest victory?
I don't know about greatest victory, but I'll view it as a very good thing because, especially what I've been through and where I've come back from, the state I got myself in, it's a victory in itself just to be sat here like this. But is Deontay Wilder a better man than Vladimir Klitschko was? I don't think he is, no way. He's only had 7 defences, the other guy had 25 title defences. I don't think he's more rounded or more accomplished than Vladimir, no. But I think it's a hard challenge, very hard challenge. He's more unorthodox than Klitschko, and he'll take more risks because he's more inexperienced. Klitschko knows what happens when you take big risks, as you saw against Brewster and Samuel Peters the first time.